Welcome back, everyone. Time for another dismal Disney update because it's just dismal over at Disney these days. And we're talking about the live action Lilo and Stitch because things just keep happening with that. Just keeps happening with that. They ever since they announced it and then they said they were going to have this actress playing Nani and everybody was freaking out on Twitter. And then, they cast the guy to play David and they were freaking out even more. Well, now we got some breaking news that is having Twitter in quite the uproar because and by uproar I mean happy. And let's get into it. Article here from Bongling Into Comic. Disney replaces Kahayu Mahado as David in live-action Lilo and Stitch remake due to his past use of racial slurs on social media. Now, let me just read a little bit of it and I'll tell you exactly what it is going on. In a development that will undoubtedly be taken as a victory by the numerous activists who accused him of being too light-skinned to portray the character, Disney has officially replaced Kahayu Makado as the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake's incarnation of David, thanks to his social media history. Now, this is the guy here. You could see this is the guy here who was originally going to be playing David, and they had a problem. They were saying he was too light-skinned and all of this stuff. Now, what happened with the whole thing and his social media history is that these so-called activists who all of a sudden care about representation and care about accuracy because it was perfectly fine for them to blatantly re-swap Ariel and re-swap Tinkerbell. That's fine. You understand me? But when they have somebody who's actually from Hawaii playing Nani, that's a problem. She's too light-skinned. And with David, that's a problem too. He's too light-skinned. So what they did was basically internet stalk this man. Right? They literally internet stalk him. They checked back all through his history, all through Spotify and all kind of thing, and found some comments he had made from some friend account or some stuff like that. And they brought that to Disney's attention, and Disney, of course, willing to go and please their overlords, decided to get rid of him. Now, I nowhere support any kind of racial slurs or anything like that. I'm totally 100% against those kind of things, but I'm just saying, understand me, you went into the man's internet history and looked up these things because you wanted to get him fired because you had a problem with his skin color. That's really it. That's really it. Go on. This announcement coming just 4 days after his casting was initially announced with Mahado's forced exit. The role of Nani's wave-savvy beau will instead be played by actor Kaipo Dudon. I think I don't want to pronounce it too bad. Who at current holds only a single Hollywood credit for having briefly guest starred as the character Kano in the 34th overall episode of the 2018 Magnum PI reboot. Never even bothered to watch that. Alongside his casting, it was revealed not only will the voice of Nani in the animated original Tia Carrere be appearing in the film as new character Miss Kekoa, but that IP creator, writer, and Stitch original voice actor Chris Sanders is in final negotiations to reprise his role as the titular alien. Now, I personally cannot wait until Twitter loses their shit over Chris Sanders coming back because one, he's a white guy, so that's a problem, and two, he's not an alien, right? He's not an alien, and that's going to be their biggest problem because they want so much accuracy. They're going to want an actual alien to play Stitch, but we all know that's going to go. So I can't wait until they literally lose their shit. But some other stuff I'll talk about in this as well. Oh, this is him here, but let me show you this is him here. This is the guy who's going to be playing David. Now, as you can see, they have a problem with that because his skin is a little more tan. So they go with that, with his hair down and thing could pass with David. So they seem happy with that at the moment. You understand me? They seem happy with that at the moment. Or they go through talking about the Hollywood. According to a source who spoke to Hollywood Reporter, Mercado who the outlet notes was not officially confirmed for the role by Disney, yeah, sure, was canned after it was discovered that he had previously used the racial slur, the N-word, on social media. The two specific instances brought to widespread attention by the more obsessive of the actor's critics include his use of the name N-word thing noise for his Spotify playlist. Yeah, I mean, they literally internet stalked the man, right? And I said the terms, nothing that I support people using the kind of stuff. Okay, but I mean, it was something to do with a friend of his, and he was using it to hype up the friends or something like that. I don't think there was any kind of malice behind it. What I got the phone, there was no kind of malice behind it. It was something he was doing with his friend, and that was up. But again, as I say, the word is the word, and I don't support them kind of things. But they literally internet stalked the man to find something in his past to just get him thrown out, and Disney, of course, had to oblige because that's what they do. And once the word broke that he was out, Twitter was happy. We got posts like this, right? They recast, this one here, then recast Nanny too, you cowards. She's not even indigenous Hawaiian. She was just born in Hawaii, and that's not the same thing. That's literally the same thing. I mean, you were born in Hawaii. That makes you indigenous to Hawaii. That's how it works. I mean, that's really how it works. I was born in Trinidad. That makes me Trinidadian. That's how it works. I'm trying to tell you about cast Nanny to you cowards. She's not even indigenous or white. No, because she's not dark-skinned enough. That's what it is. That's what it is. And they were just so happy to keep going on. All sort of stuff, recast Nanny and okay, and they were so happy to just be, tearing down this whole thing that, showing that, okay, they got victory with this and that. But one tweet I saw sums up everything that these people have done quite perfectly, and it's this one here. Bullying works, now recast Nanny. That's it, Bullying works, now recast Nanny. Because they literally bullying anybody and everybody, including the guy himself who was to play David. They've been bullying Nanny with everything. And because they have now replaced that actor, they're going to go and do the same thing with the actress who's playing Nanny. They're going to go on internet stalk her until they could find something in her past that they could use against her, and then come back now and talk about, oh yes, she got recast too, and they're going to work out here. And this is what you're putting out. Bullying works. These are the people Disney is so desperate to pander to. This is them. These are the people. But last thing I want to touch on here is what it is they're actually doing with Lilo and Nanny in this live action remake, and how they're changing them. And I can't wait until you see the very same people turn on Disney again. But like I said before, these people are never happy. So here it is. This one's from Pirates and Princesses. Lilo hides her sadness with optimism, and Nanny is a type A overachiever student now. Lord have mercy. This is some of the changes that they made when it comes to this whole thing. And for here, right. Okay. Right. They've made some changes to the animated version of this stuff. And one thing is that one big change is the death of their parents. In this version, they did not just die recently. They have seemingly been gone for a few years, unlike the original. Because in the animated Lilo and Stitch movie, Nanny and Lilo's parents had died just recently, I think probably like a few months ago, somewhat so. And, that was their loss, the emotional impact of their loss was key to what was going on with this story. Because they were always talking about this thing, Ohana means family, and family means that nobody gets left behind, and all of that. That's gone now because they've been gone for years. So they're going to try to play up some kind of sympathy thing, even though it wouldn't even really make sense because of the changes that they've made. They also go on, right? Right. So this is what they've done with Lilo. Maya Keola as Lilo. Okay, Palaki is 6 to 8 year old native Hawaiian girl who loves hula, surfing, and wildlife with a special affinity for all things gross. Sounds reasonably enough, right? Yes. Go on. She is very imaginative yet rebellious, which gets her into trouble often and ostracizes her from her classmates who consider her a weirdy. And that be weirdo, but alright. Unlike the original film, which portrayed her and Nani's parents having died relatively recently by that film's events, their parents will have been dead for a few years by the remake's events, with Lilo hiding her grief through relentless, fun-loving optimism. The whole thing about Lilo was that Lilo was a little lonely. Yes, she didn't have much friends because she was considered, people tried to consider her a little weird and whatever, but that's what made her interesting. But now you say that, okay, she hides her grief through relentless, fun-loving optimism. So she's like some kind of always happy, smiling thing running around. I just want to laugh and joy and all of that. Just in an effort to just, not giving to grief. So she's like some emotional basket that could crack at any moment. That's it. Let's get on to Nani, right? Sydney Udong as Nani Palaki, the 18-year-old sister of Lilo and her legal guardian. Now listen to this part. She is described as intelligent, overachieving, athletic, type A, and a straight A student who has been feeling the increasing pressures of having to take care of Lilo while maintaining her school grades and her job, causing issues with her and Lilo's social worker, with Child Protective Services threatening to separate the Palaki sisters and put Lilo into foster care. One of the things that made Nani such an interesting character is that she wasn't perfect. She was struggling. And that's what people liked about her. She was struggling to get the social, so you could really relate to her. She found herself in an impossible situation really early on in life, just having lost her parents, trying to take care of her sister, trying to, hold everything together. It was difficult. She was trying to find a job. She was having trouble getting one. She couldn't balance things properly. That's what made her, because you have to understand, if something happens, something like that, God forbid, happens to you, you may end up in the same way, but she was still trying. That's what made her such an interesting character. But no, this is 2023 Disney. All women must be perfect. So she's now this intelligent, overachieving, athletic, type A, straight A student who's just the bestest ever at everything, but she's struggling with Lilo because why? This is keeping her from maintaining her straight A status at school. Come on now, man. They even go on about Cobra Bubbles, how they've literally split him into two characters because they've split him into two characters, himself and Mrs. Kikoa, who's apparently now being played by the original Nani actress Tia Carrera. So Cobra Bubbles is no longer the social worker who's going to be there try to look after Lilo and then trying to thinking that if Nani can't do the job properly. No, he's now split into literally two characters, and we all know how that's gonna work out. He's basically going to have to be completely superseded by the woman because that's what matters. So we have Lilo, who's putting on a fake smile to not deal with her grief. Nani, who's a perfect superwoman but having problems dealing with Lilo because she needs to maintain her perfect grade point average. Cobra Bubbles, who's being split into two characters. And let's not forget the fact that, literally, Twitter is celebrating bullying after getting the actor who was playing David fired. Well done, Disney. You just keep making this worse for yourself. I mean, at this point, does anybody even care to see this movie? I sure as hell don't. What? That's what they're doing? We'll see what happens next, because I'm pretty sure they're already going after the actress who's playing Nani. That's it for me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, try to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.